Earlier in the day, that means we're going to have a colder night tonight than we had last night. Temperatures have already dropped into the 20s in most areas north of Highway 60. Rolla already down to 23, here in Springfield 28, and just above the freezing mark down in Branson. Here's how our morning is going to shape up. Kids are going to need to bundle up, or maybe parents, you wait out at the bus stop with them so they can sit in that side of that warm car. About 20 to start off today. We'll see a high of 46, so November temperatures finally make a return to the Ozarks. Problem with our forecast, though, is so will some wet weather and clouds moving back into the forecast as well. I'll have details coming up. Color 10 News at 10 starts now.
You're watching Color 10 News at 10 in high definition.
Springfield Hospital says tonight the number of patient visits related to heroin has doubled now since last year. Good evening once again to you. I'm David Oliver.
And I'm Jennifer Kilman. New at 10 tonight, Lindsay Klein looked into why the problem appears to be getting worse. Hi, Lindsay.
Jennifer and David, there have been 31 heroin-related visits so far this year at Mercy Hospital alone. Last year, there were 15.
Kicking heroin is extremely painful and uncomfortable, and it's scary. It won't kill you, but it'll make you wish you did.
These scars, now tattooed on Willie Carter's arms, tell a story.
I can't remember ever overdosing.
Once poison in his veins, they now serve as a constant reminder of a past he's not proud of.
There's no way to beat it by yourself.
Carter knows the pain of trying to give up heroin he used for 30 years.
You can't ever get enough. You know, you just want more and more and more.
Springfield police say heroin is becoming the drug of choice for many in the city. We hid this lieutenant's identity because of his work with undercover officers.
We have the meth issue, which is in volume, minus marijuana is our biggest problem. We also have the heroin issue, which has created a lot of overdoses throughout the year. So it'd be a two-pronged problem of heroin and methamphetamines is our biggest issues.
Carter says more and more people mix heroin with other drugs, making it much more powerful.
The high you get from heroin makes you usually want to try it again.
He remembers the pain that came with trying to quit.
Chills, the stomach cramps, the vomiting.
Carter will be clean for 21 years tomorrow and is dedicated to helping others achieve the same success.
You can beat it, you just have to have help doing it.
Carter says it's easy to recognize someone using heroin. Their speech and demeanor will slow down. They'll have dreary eyes and will be unable to hold a conversation for an extended period of time.
All right, Lindsay Klein, thank you. A heroin antidote called Narcan has the ability to reverse the effects of an overdose. In July, Color 10 News reported Missouri Governor Jay Nixon signed a bill into law allowing first responders to administer Narcan. It also allows pharmacies to sell the drug to these qualified first responders. Experts say a body responds to Narcan within seconds. If not administered, patients have to undergo much more advanced care.
A developing story now at 10 tonight. 5 people have been killed in Springfield in the last 5 days.
It makes you think, you know, about just how safe our community really is.
The most recent death was a shooting this afternoon over near Grant and Central, again here in Springfield. One man died, another was rushed to a hospital. Our Matt Lapoli was there as officers investigated on the scene. He's back tonight with more, Matt.
David, several people are being questioned in this case. So far, though, no arrests announced. Neighbors we spoke with today called it a startling scene.
Just too close to home.
In the light of day, shots fired outside a Springfield home took one man's life and injured another. An officer working an unrelated call near the North Grant home heard the gunfire and headed toward the scene.
At that time, other officers arrived. We found one suspect on the porch who had gunshots and is deceased. Another male was in the yard and was transported to the hospital with injuries.
About a block in each direction was quickly cordoned off. Several people were placed in police cars and ushered away for questioning.
We do not listen to anybody as a suspect right now until everyone is interviewed and we know further.
Police combed the scene for hours. They say they spoke with several witnesses of the deadly altercation, but they received differing accounts about whose hand or hands pulled the trigger.
So we know that there is at least one shooter and possibly two, so we're trying to sort that out.
I just can't believe the last year how it's been.
Very scary.
Worried neighbors tell Color 10 as of late, violence is too familiar.
There's kids walking up and down these roads all the time.
Officers try the best they can, but
Yeah.
they can't always be there every second, every moment, you know.
And it's scary for the children. You know, this poor guy had a baby.
As far as motive, what actually led to this shooting, those details are still unknown. Officers say we may learn more tomorrow.
Mount Lapoli tonight. Thanks. The other 4 deaths were, of course, all a result of that weekend shooting at a local motel this morning. 24-year-old Christopher Freeman died as well. Freeman, along with 43-year-old Trevor Fantroy, 44-year-old Lewis Green, and 29-year-old Danielle Keys were all shot at the Economy Inn up on North Glenstone. Police here in Springfield are still trying to find the person or people responsible. Freeman's friends spoke about his death. You can see their interview on our website at ozarksfirst.com. And tonight, new at 10, CNN reports the Ferguson grand jury could have a decision to announce coming up on Friday.
Yeah, that jury is trying to decide whether to charge Officer Darren Wilson for the shooting death of unarmed teen Michael Brown. The Ferguson Florissant School District sent letters to parents stating there may be changes to the schedule when the grand jury announces its decision. Schools are also providing homework packets and online resources. Parents say they want to keep their children's routine as normal as possible, even if classes are canceled.
We're probably just going to continue about our lives normally, let it go on because, don't want to make her worry. She may not understand everything that's going on.
After Brown's death, street demonstrations and violence erupted, and heavily armed police came face to face with angry protesters. Missouri Governor Jay Nixon declared a state of emergency Monday as a precaution. And new at 10 tonight, Friday is typically the big night for football in the Ozarks. Big, but a special game was held tonight for a teenager in need. Tri-Lakes reporter Grant Sloan just got back from the game. He joins us now live from our Branson Bureau tonight with more on this touching story. Grant.
Well, Jennifer, this was the 3rd annual Wyndham Vacation Ownership Charity Football Game. Now, in the past, it's been somewhat of a broad effort with the money raised going to a local organization. Well, following the story of a teen in the community, that's helped to narrow the focus. The stands may not be packed and the action on the field may be a little bit slower. But on this night, the scores and stats don't matter. It's the huddles that will make all the difference.
It's always been kind of just a game to us, and now there's a lot more meaning behind it. So I hope they play with their hearts.
The players and fans battling the cold are all here for one reason. 16-year-old Austin Nally.
He's just a very self-driven young man. Given his circumstances, he doesn't let those bring him down.
This football game is normally a chance for the Wyndham employees to connect while helping out a local organization. But after hearing Austin's story, it was time to switch up the game plan.
About 3 years ago, he lost his dad to a heart attack, and on Sunday evening, or Monday afternoon, he lost his mom.
The kid being there at the hospital and having no family members and nowhere to turn. So it's, one thing that we do well is, we rally around people.
Austin says he was shocked to learn that every dollar paid to play and every hot chocolate or chili sold would be going to help with funeral arrangements.
When I heard about it yesterday, I was blown away. I was like, I didn't think anyone would go out of their way like this for me.
Austin's closest family is on the East Coast, but following the news of his mother's passing from pneumonia, he now has a support group that reaches well beyond the stadium.
A couple people texted me and turned into like hundreds, and it just kept coming in. I was so blessed.
A blessing that proves that life is the ultimate team game.
It's just amazing that we have a wonderful community around here, because it's all of us. It's not just one of us.
Now, Austin has been staying with friends, and we're told that his grandmother is on her way here from the East Coast. Now, it's still unknown if Austin will be staying in the area, but he says that he would like to finish his high school years at Branson. Now, Wyndham says in past years, this charity football game has helped to raise more than $2,000, but they're hopeful that the additional support will help to exceed that total.
All right, Grant Sloan, thank you. It's so nice to see how the community is rallying around him, especially in this time of need. Bless his heart.
We wish him all the best for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the Ozarks hold a very rich history.
And a lot of people are preserving that past.
Me and my wife, we didn't want to see it, we wanted to see it preserved the best we could.
Next here in Oliver's Ozarks tonight, see how this pre-Civil War barn was restored to keep history alive.
And don't forget, you can join the conversation on our Facebook page. Search Color 10, click like, leave your comments. There's always more online. Lots to talk about. Join us. We'll be right back.
Tonight, new at 10, when you see an old barn out there in the country on an old dirt road, you ever stop and think about the stories it could tell if its walls could talk? You know, a lot of these old dilapidated structures are certainly disappearing. But over in far eastern Texas County, one Civil War era barn there has a new lease on life thanks to a public-private partnership. See how some folks are preserving the past in this Oliver's Ozarks report.
And see, here's the big hole that we fixed right there.
Yeah. Texas County resident Wilson Elliott doesn't want to be in the spotlight, but his mission to help save these old structures in the Mark Twain National Forest is certainly worthy of sharing.
Me and my wife, we didn't want to see it, we wanted to see it preserved the best we could.
You see, this old barn is part of the Piney River Heritage Farm. Established in 1839, it was an active farm until the Forest Service acquired the land in 1980.
The Mark Twain National Forest has a lot of these historic buildings that don't have administrative function, and so we're struggling in the heritage program and the engineering program to figure out how to maintain them so that they don't fall down.
5 years ago, the Forest Service asked for the public's help in coming up with ways to preserve and protect places like this. Wilson Elliott stepped up with a low-cost plan to secure this single-pin log barn. He traded work with the Amish.
And I furnished the OLA case tractor to do their farm work, and then in return, they've helped me work on the roof here a lot. Where else are they a single-pin log barn at in Missouri this size? You know, they're all gone.
The barn behind us, you're not going to see very many of left in the state of Missouri.
Bill Hart is with the Missouri Barn and Rural Network, a nonprofit group that works to save old barns and buildings. Mo Barn helped Wilson Elliott develop the partnership with the Forest Service to do the preservation work on several buildings here on this old farmstead.
But the other buildings, we put a roof on them and raised a foundation up.
It's a success story the Forest Service hopes to repeat, so structures like these live on to share the story of our past.
We're looking for partners, and we want to work with the public.
All of our past is kind of a key to our future. It'll guide our future and tell us about what happened before us.
I want to mention, too, this month about 25 Missouri S&T structural engineering students from Raleigh are going to head over there to that property in eastern Texas County. They're going to do some more surveying there to see if any more of those farm buildings there can be further preserved. It's really a cool idea and a cool thing they're doing. Again, the Forest Service has a lot of these old buildings on their public lands, but no money to preserve them. That's why they're kind of looking for these public-private partnerships. If you'd like to get involved, maybe give some of your time, see if you can help out and restore one of those old barns. Email me here at the station, doliver@color10.com. I'll get you in touch with the right folks for the right job there.
All right, what a great story, David. Thank you. Well, Jamie Warner is back for the check of the forecast. He's got a great story, too, because let me tell you, it was winter, and now it's fall.
That's right. November's back, and it looks like we're going to see these more November-like temperatures into the weekend, but it will come with some wet weather. A look at that and what to expect as we head into Turkey Day week next week. Details coming up.
And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
Well, it looks like we're finally back on track. After being in the deep freeze over the last week, temperatures finally back up to where they should be during the latter stages of the month of November. Quick peek outside, you can see conditions are quiet out there. Kind of a wrong way day, at least early on. Temperatures started off in an odd way. Last night, temperatures actually rose as opposed to falling overnight. Temperatures yesterday evening were in the low 30s to upper 20s. And then once we got to about midnight, as clouds increased and winds increased, temperatures shot up. In fact, we started the day off with temperatures in the low 40s. And highs this afternoon, not bad at all, just shy of where we should be for this time of the year. 55 is our average high. We did hit 50 today officially here in Springfield, and 50s were common in most areas along and south of Highway 60. But it's been a long time in coming. We saw 7 straight days with afternoon highs under the 40-degree mark. In fact, you remember Monday, highs only in the 20s. Well, this is almost unheard of in the month of November, and those 7 consecutive days with highs under 40 degrees actually tied a record that was last tied way back in 1937. That's a record we don't necessarily want to have to deal with again, right? Not during the month of November. There's plenty more winter coming. It was nice to see that 50-degree high. We're losing that Arctic connection. It looks like that pipeline of cold is now shutting down as the jet stream pattern becomes more west to east, and that gives us a more Pacific connection. Obviously, that's going to be a warmer connection, and it looks like as we see a trough develop into the western U.S., we're also going to see the Gulf of Mexico beginning to open up. So we're going to find warmer air spreading in. The Gulf is going to be opening up, and we're also going to find a parade of storms starting on Friday through this weekend. So as those storms move through, they'll interact with that increasing moisture, and we're going to find more clouds, and our rain chances are going to be going up as a result. Big picture view across the nation, a couple of things stand out. The snow in the Northeast, of course, that's been the big story. In Buffalo, these lake effect snow bands, which have set up here over the last couple of days, generating feet of snowfall. Today, it's been system snow as the storm has made its way through, but we're going to get back to those lake effect snows starting tomorrow as cold air continues to move over those relatively warm lake waters. Out west, notice the rain in California. Notice it's heading east. That is our next chance for rain that will arrive on Friday. In the meantime, the next 24 hours actually looking very nice, although cold tonight. Temperatures tonight will drop through the 20s to about 20 for an overnight low. Tomorrow looks like mainly sunny skies. Temperatures warming into the 40s and even some 50s possible across northern Arkansas. We will find some Gulf of Mexico moisture beginning to sneak into northwest Arkansas, though, by the end of the day. And that moisture will continue spreading north overnight Thursday night, and some light showers will come with it. In fact, it looks like for the day on Friday, we're going to find a cloudy day, and there'll be some patchy drizzle or light showers throughout the day. Temperatures tonight under those clear skies dropping to about 20 here in Springfield. Looks like upper teens to our northeast. Tomorrow, we'll find afternoon highs ranging from the low 40s northeast. Looks like about 46 or 47 here in Springfield, and back up around 50 for a high in Harrison. Winds will be out of the east-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so fairly light tomorrow. Forecast for Friday, you can see highs back in the 40s. Over the weekend, with south to southeasterly breezes, temperatures will warm further. Highs in the mid-50s on Saturday. Good chance for rain Saturday, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning. Could get 1 to 2 inches across the Ozarks out of that system. Showers will continue to be a possibility into Sunday night, and then things will dry out and cool off again as we get into next week. Looks like for Wednesday of next week, that big travel day before Thanksgiving, looks fairly quiet across the midsection of the country.
Nice, good news there for a lot of families getting away to see grandma and things like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Jamie.
And we do need the rain still.
Yeah, I mean, we're still looking at a rainfall deficit. So here as we begin to wrap up the year, let's continue to add to our rainfall totals. Let's see our Viewers Club number. There it is not. I don't see it, but here we go. 135-267. There it is. 135-267.
We get so excited, the little things.
Yeah, hopefully we have somebody out there that has that
so.
number and they get excited about this because the jackpot is at $700.
Be a nice little Christmas cash for somebody there. Jamie, thanks.
Being able to maybe narrow that focus and be able to help the coaches and the student athletes fulfill their goals.
A familiar face is Drury's new athletic director.
Dan Lucy is coming up in sports with that story. Plus, Missouri State Hoops News next.
And now Color 10 Sports, winner of the Edward R. Murrow Award for sports reporting. Here's Dan Lucy.
Well, Old Home Week continues at JQH Arena tonight. Last Friday, Missouri State honoring the late Charlie Spoonhour. Tonight, former Bear Rodney Perry brought his Avila Eagles into the Q. Perry played for the Bears in the early 90s. He's the coach at NAIA Avila now. Missouri State's Marcus Marshall scored a career-high 38 last time out. Starts the game with a 3 here. Then Marshall would dish the ball to JUCO transfer Loomis Gehring for the basket, and it was a 9-4 Bears lead. Austin Reuter has struggled to find his shot so far this season, but heated up tonight. First 3 of the year, 13-4 Bears. Missouri State with some tough defense, forcing 19 turnovers. Marshall gets the ball and the layup. It was 15-4 Bears. Missouri State swinging the ball around the horn to Ron Mavikwa. He gets the 3. 21-4 Missouri State lead. Marshall would take it to the hole. He misses, but Cam Boone is there for the follow-up dunk to make it 34-12 Bears. Missouri State was battling under the basket as well. Christian Kirk misses his first shot, gets his own rebound and the basket, 38-12. Then Reuter shot fake and then steps inside the arc, swishes the 15-footer. 47-14 Missouri State at the break. Bears go on to win 87-39. They're 2-0, and afterwards Bears coach Paul Luss says this game will help his young Bears learn.
I still think right now there's a lot of guys out there that don't have the know-how. They haven't been in it, the Loomis Gehrings, the Robin Thompsons, the Cam Boones. But I think they've got the ability to help us in those areas. I think Chris Kendricks can be a good defender. Is he there yet? No. And some of that is just experience. It's scouting reports. It's watching film.
Kim Anderson's Mizzou Tigers also in action tonight in Columbia. They're young as well. It's been a busy few days for the Tigers' 3rd game in 5 days. After losing to UMKC, Anderson picked up his first Tiger victory against Valparaiso on Sunday. Oral Roberts opening its season with a stunning upset of Tulsa. They were up by 8 in the first half on Mizzou, but Obi Imango with the 18-footer to make it 43-41 Golden Eagles in the second half. Mizzou would take the lead. Tiki Gil-Caesar knocks down his three-pointer, 52-50 Tigers, but Imago would answer with a basket from the block to tie things up at 52. Mizzou retakes the lead. Wes Clark with the 3 from the top of the arc, 55-52. Tigers would pull away late. Jonathan Williams with the 3, 68-62. Then the Tigers running the floor. Wes Clark to Keith Schamberger, high off the glass. Mizzou would win 78-64. Also tonight, Arkansas hosting Wake Forest. Razorbacks win by 30, 83-53. Drury found its new athletics director, and it's a familiar face to both Drury coaches and athletes. Mark Fisher moving from his position at the Springfield Public Schools AD to Drury on July 1st. Fisher has been with Springfield Public Schools since 2003. Before that, he was the basketball coach at Greenwood High School. In his 12-year career at Springfield Public Schools, Fisher orchestrated a $3.5 million private monies campaign that improved stadium facilities, including artificial turf, at all 5 high schools. He's also the director of the Bass Pro Shops Tournament of Champions, which is one of the best high school basketball tournaments in the country.
Here in Springfield, where your focus is on 5 high schools and 9 middle schools, at Drury, the focus will be on one athletic program with your multiple sports, but being able to maybe narrow that focus and be able to help the coaches and the student athletes fulfill their goals and continue to have successful programs and win championships. One thing that hopefully we've been able to do is to enhance our outdoor facilities with the turf project. I think that's one thing that we can be proud of, and then also is being able to get our coaches' salaries in line with the surrounding communities.
And former Drury AD Edsel Matthews will come in on an interim basis so that Mark can finish up his contract with Springfield Public Schools. That's why he'll start July 1st.
Okay, Dan, thanks.
We'll be right back.
here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Color 10 News will continue in a moment.
Well, we are out of time tonight, but thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you have a great night. So have a good night. Sweet dreams. Thank you.